Hi, Jasmine and Scott. My name is TJ Sullivan. I'm with Huggins Insurance. And last year we had a chance to quote your home and auto insurance. And while we weren't successful in writing it for you last year, we hope that maybe by reviewing it again with you this year, we might have a chance to win the business. So with that, I'm going to launch into a quote that I prepared for you. And I quoted it based on the limits that we would recommend. Certainly open to having a discussion about what's going to fit your family's needs the best to protect you, but I quoted it just as a starting point with what I would recommend. So we're writing it with MetLife. MetLife is a great company. It provides some really unique coverage options, including unlimited coverage on your home in terms of replacement cost. It's important as we're seeing up in the canyon right now with what's happening to the homes there and the replacement costs. They're going up pretty dramatically. One, because of all the homes that were impacted, but two, lumber prices just over the last 6 months have really skyrocketed. And so coverage that you had today may not be appropriate any longer. And the nice thing about MetLife is that when they insure your home, whatever it takes to rebuild it, that's what they're going to give you to rebuild it with. So it's awesome peace of mind. This is an annual premium for the auto and the home. The home premium is $714 a year, and the auto premium is $1332, and that's based on the cars that we quoted last year. So if the vehicles have changed, we'll need to update that. As we go through, there's identity protection in your policy. Helps you get your life back together if somebody steals your identity. It's something we're seeing, unfortunately, quite a bit of. Your homeowner's quote, when you get the document and you look at it, they're going to give you $488,000, and that's a combined blanket so that you can move it around how you need it. As I said, your home really has an unlimited amount, but you could have a situation where maybe there's smoke damage in the house is still standing, but your replacement cost for your contents isn't enough. Your personal property is all your clothes, your furniture, television, etc. And so that's wrapped up in that 183 there, but they give you the ability to blanket it, which is what you see in that amount. And on your personal property, it's replacement cost. So they're not going to make you replace your favorite pair of jeans that are 10 years old with a pair of 10-year-old jeans. You're getting all brand new stuff. And so that replacement cost, sometimes people look at that number and they think it's really high. It's actually, as you start adding up everything brand new, it actually becomes increasingly smaller and smaller. Personal liability at $500,000. That's anybody comes on your premises, trips, falls, hurts themselves, or if you're out and you're at an event and somehow you hurt someone with your actions at an event, that $500,000 is what that is designed for. Ordinance and law, your house was built in 1984, so it's probably fairly up to date, but there still would be some code updates that would have to happen, and that's what that ordinance and law coverage protects. Personal injury, we're seeing a lot more with people on social media insulting someone and they claim that their reputation was damaged. That's the personal injury is included in the liability coverage. Backup of sewer and drain, hopefully that never happens, but a lot of policies don't include coverage for that. MetLife includes $10,000. Just some of the home coverage highlights that you'll see. This is where we talked about that coverage A plus that gives you an uncapped building amount, which is really important to have. You're going to want to check your current policy just to make sure. A lot of companies give you 125%. I really recommend seeing what the cost would be to bump that up to 150%. And then as we move down, let's see if there's anything else that warrants talking about. Auto policy, you can see we quoted the Tundra and the Prius. And when you get into the coverage, we quote this at $250, $500. That's really, if you get into an accident that's your fault, that means that any one person, for their pain and suffering, their lost wages, and their medical bills are all wrapped up in that amount. We would want probably to discuss putting an umbrella over this. It's not going to be a lot to add an extra $1 million of coverage over the top It would go over the top of your personal liability as well as on your home, as well as your auto liability. And let's see, you've got a deductible of $100 for comprehensive, $500 for collision, and then we added in towing and rental car coverage in there. If you have any questions on this, I'm going to email this to you, but I just wanted to give you just a quick highlight of that. I apologize for it being kind of quick, and sometimes people say that it can be a little disjointed looking at the video while I'm scrolling through. So hopefully it was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.